Good morning, everybody. This is Carol Settle here with Pink Dragon JJ. Um, it's the day after Christmas, so hope everybody had a Merry Christmas and have a Happy New Year. Um, for those who know and follow me, they know the issue with my son, how ill he has been. And we thought we were going to lose him before Christmas. And he's an adult, he's 34, but that's still pretty young. But anyhow, he is doing well so far on the medications they have him on. He was here for Christmas. My grandson was here. So we really had a great Christmas. Felt very blessed. But he is off right now, spending a weekend with his dad and his son. So that's awesome. He's having a guys weekend, football and all that good stuff. Which I only follow a couple football teams. I live in Georgia, near Atlanta, so just pray for me because I follow the Atlanta Falcons. No hope there. No hope there. And Notre Dame, which, anyhow, they were doing real good, didn't they? We don't know what's going to happen with them. But that's about all I do with football is watch them. And so I have, like, the house is empty except for me and the dogs. And that's a rarity because I live with my daughter's family and 2 granddaughters and her husband and 2 dogs and a cat. And it's never really quiet or anything like that. I usually film late in the day or late in the evening. So it's just really cool to be able to get in here and play a little bit. I've thought about this because, you know, I'm not good. I don't do tutorials. I just play with my stuff because I'm not a professional journaler. I don't know if there's such a thing, but I know there's some people that, like, they can just get those tutorials out and boom, 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 and me, not so much. I just kind of randomly do stuff and tell you what I'm doing while I'm doing it. And I was asked by a couple people that follow me to just do more of that. So that's what I'm doing. So here you are. Stuck with me while I do this. I hope everybody goes into this new year well. If not, you know, I pray for all the ladies that I know on the journaling, and those that even I don't know, those that follow me, those that follow other people. I just do a general prayer for health and wellness, you know, because as this world has showed us, we really need to learn to look out for each other. And I just think that's, even with COVID, that's a lesson where the good Lord's trying to teach us. So anyhow, with that said, I am working currently on just a winter journal. Not Christmas, not spring, although I do have a spring one planned, and it is something different for me, and I'm so excited about it. But right now, I'm really loving this winter journal. I don't have my cover picked out yet. I'm really just been working on some ephemera. It is a pink, white, gold and gray kind of colors. Just really, I love pink. Y'all know that. Y'all know I got my hair's pink. I love pink, always have. And I just really wanted to do a pink journal. I see these beautiful pink journals. I was going to do a pink Christmas one, but we ran into some issues with my son. I was spending a lot of time in a hospital with him. So, matter of fact, the Friday, let me see, for Christmas, the Wednesday before Christmas, we were in the emergency room and I had to spend the night in the hospital with them, but they got it all straightened out. We thought maybe it was the time for him, and so did he, but it turned out that he had for pain medication for his broken foot. The doctor had prescribed Tylenol 3, which has codeine in it, and he had an allergic reaction to it. Not like where you swell up, or anything like that. And I know I'm rambling and I've talked, but I do that. I'm a rambler, I'm a squirreler, all that good stuff. But just be aware that people can have an allergic reaction to something like that. I had no clue. It wasn't the Tylenol, it was the codeine in the Tylenol. And he had been taking it for several days, and it caused ammonia to be released into his blood system. The 2 days before I took him to the hospital, he was sleeping, like nonstop sleeping. He couldn't really wake up and be alert. And I thought it was due to his other condition. But then on the day before I took him to the hospital, he wasn't talking coherently. He was talking these weird words, and when I asked him a question, he would give me an answer in numbers. And I'm like, okay, something's really wrong. Got him in the car, luckily the hospital's 8 minutes from my house. Was able to get him to the hospital, and that's when we found out the codeine in the Tylenol, he is allergic to it, and his system, due to his other issue, caused the ammonia to be released. They gave him medication in the emergency room, in the hospital room that night, and the next morning he was talking coherently, he was sitting up, he was eating. He hadn't eaten in 2.5 days when I took him to the hospital. He was eating, he had an appetite, and I spent the night. They let me, God works in wonderful ways. They let me spend the night in the hospital because he was having high anxiety, because he thought that night he was going to pass. But anyhow, he didn't. And the doctor called me next morning, said they took blood work that morning. His blood work was great. He was fine. They had gotten all the ammonia out of his system, and he was able to come home. So I got to go pick him up, and he got to be home for Christmas, which he was thrilled about because he had all these plans with his son and all. So I've decided, due to watching that and going through that it's, and I know I'm kind of rambling, but there's things I can talk to my people about, which is people being, my journal buddies. I like to think of you guys out there in the world that watch me and listen to my ramblings as we listen to each other and encourage each other. That's a good thing. So I decided not to be afraid to just do things, to just play and be who I am. So that's what I'm going to do. So enough said there. So like I said, everybody, I hope you go into this new year blessed, grateful for who you have in your life, and because you never know. You just never know. So enough of that. Let's get to playing here. So like I said, it's a pink, white, gray, a little bit of roses. I'm using various paper pads, and I'm also using, let's see if I can find it. It's called Ice Roses, or maybe Winter Roses. Let me see here. Frozen Roses. Hope y'all can see that. Frozen Roses. By Ciabella, and I got this on one of the ladies that I follow. Lots of bubbles for me, and she has great pads. And I got a 6x6 pad because I'm using these as more like pockets to go along with the various paper pads that I had, and just my colors. So don't think because you're doing this one's going to be 8. It's kind of, I think, let me see my measurements here. I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's 8 by like slightly over 5. It's not quite 6. There's the paper. I was measuring the ribbon. About a little over 5.5. It's roughly 5.5. Journal that I'm making, but when you see these, and this was like, I think it was $1.20 because it was on sale. When you see the 6x6 pads, or 8x8, if it goes with your journal, get them, because A, they're cheaper than the 12x12, and you can use them for pockets, and it's just a really beautiful, and it coordinates with what I'm doing, because I really, this is kind of what gave me the idea of the frozen roses. And as you can see, it's just really beautiful paper. There we go. It's just beautiful paper. It's called Frozen Roses. And she does have it in a 12x12 if that's what you want. But I just thought it went really well with the theme of this. So I'm playing with that. So you can see I've got various pages in here. Just different paper pads that I had. And I'll make a note because some of these came, but I don't have my computer out, and I cannot remember unless I go to my computer and look. I will note where I got some of these from, because there was a couple Etsy vendors that I actually got some of these pages from. That was a paper pad. This a lady that I get colored paper from, and I'm going to note all this, and then just some various things. This was a paper pad. Oh, I'm just rambling this morning, aren't I? I just finished my coffee, so I'm a little like so bear with me here, but I just decided I just wanted to get online because I haven't had a chance for, since I did my Christmas journals, just get on here and talk with y'all and go through things. And then this is some of the ephemeral. And I've done some fussy cutting, just different pads. I didn't want it to be Christmas, so I just went through and found things that weren't just totally Christmas. Some of these I'm not sure if I'm going to use them or not, but like I made pockets, and this is just from something I did, and it's just scraps. You know, some of this is using up some of my scraps, which, you know, is always a good thing to do. So I just went through here, made some cards, paper pad, made some pockets. I love this one. Yeah. You know, this is just a scrap because I lined it with pink paper on the back. Just a scrap I did, and I like to take different, you know, these are like on a pad of paper, you know, at the top, the part you slice off that has the name, but it has that little strip of the paper. I always cut those out because I like to do this tear on them. And then this was from was this from, I'll note her, from her papers, and it had butterflies, and I printed them out. They were on one page, and then I did another page where I made them smaller so that I could layer them, and I just curved the butterfly wings here and glued it down so it would stay, and just added some gems there. But I just love how that turned out. I just love that. So, and these were just some papers I picked out. This one I really like. She was just, some of these pictures I get off Pinterest, and I just put some gems on her. I thought she was so cute, and just added a little tag up here and some gems. And this is actually a pocket. All I did was, it was one of those 10-inch envelopes. This is junk mail, actually. I use pretty much, you know, all that junk mail you get, and they always put an envelope, a return envelope. I keep those. I have like so many of those because I get a lot of that junk. I tell you, once you turn 55, be prepared. This insurance company, that insurance company is going to send you everything. I'm like, thank you for the envelopes. and I just turned up at the bottom and glued it. So I can put a little something in here, a little pocket, and I just collaged on it. So that was fun. That was very fun. So just various things. Here's one that I did, and it's actually it's a Rita flip, but I put it in the middle, and then I didn't glue the back down all the way. I had trouble with this. There we go. It fits, believe me, it fits. There we go. I get it just right. And it just slides through. I thought, oh, that's different. And then there's some papers to put on pages. I know I'll be making more. I always do. Here's another envelope. Shine like the whole universe is yours. And this actually opens up where you can slide out. Yeah, okay. Where you can slide it out. And this is a picture off Pinterest. And then I had stencils, and I have this, I took my stickles. I've never done that before. I've never done this. I used the stickles, the snowflake, and I don't know if you can even see that, actually. I'm trying to get it. Let me stand up, it'll be easier. You can kind of sort of see it. I did the snowflake stencil and used, you can kind of see it there, used the stickles, and when it dried clear, I have these snowflakes there, and I thought, oh, that was fun. That was just one of the things I was playing with. So, and then the back is, this is, it's like a seed type date, you know, this is just a place to write. I got a bunch of these from somebody, so I probably will use this as a slide in, or maybe in a pocket, because I want somebody to be able to write on the back of this, and they can change the picture if they want, you know, because this slides out. So, and I did inside, I did snickles where the snickles. I said snickles. Oh my gosh, the coffee's hitting me. Okay, so that's that. I got my ink. This is I'm using, you know, instead of the vintage photo, on a lot of, pretty much not doing every page, because I really wanted it to be crisp on the edges, which is highly unusual for me. And I thought, you know what, I'm just going to do what this journal's telling me to do. But I am inking on the ephemera. I got to ink somewhere. But I just thought, you know what, just keep this one a little bit cleaner. It was telling me to do that. And then I'm using a classic Stampin' Up! Pad. I've got a whole bunch, and I've had these for years, and they're still good. This is called, I guess, in England, Regal Rose. It's got different places. France, Rose Royale, and then whatever. But this is the color I'm using that goes around, that's going around this. And this has a little side pocket here. And these are just, you know, a lot of this is scraps. So there's a pocket there. Okay, so what I was working on, let me set this over to the side. I had some junk mail, and you can see this was actually from the hospital. They give you this packet when you go in, when somebody's admitted, and I'm like, hey, you know, free paper. Great stuff to make. I have a ton. I keep all the junk mail. The only good stuff about all this, oh my gosh, it's driving me crazy, all the election stuff. So every time they send me something, I go, well, thanks for the folder I can put in my journal. So anyhow, I'm not going to get into that. So I made this from this one. I covered it in this pretty paper. It opens up like that. And then it opens up out to the side. And I've already put a little thing from the 6x6 pad. And then I had some leftover like sticky things that come in the paper pads, you know, where it's got all the things, stickers. So I put that there, filled that out, left this up, you know, just kind of plain for writing. This was from one of the pads, and it just closes like that. I need to get some, I thought about, a lot of times I'll put Velcro to close, but I didn't, in case somebody wanted to write here, I didn't want to do that. So I'll probably just leave this as it is. But the flower here, I'm like, it needed something on here. It was like it just wasn't popping to me. So I went through all my flowers, and just pulled out, because I have a whole box of just different kinds of flowers. I won't use the orange, I might use the pink. But I found these white flowers, and these beads are just too big to be putting in a journal. And they don't really, I mean, that'd make a real bulky page, and it could actually puncture through to the page that would lay over this. So I didn't want to do that. So what I did, you know, you can alter these. These are, you don't have to, when you buy paper flowers, you don't have to use them just how they look. You can take them apart. You can put different colors in. So this one was a smaller version of this. That's what it looked like. And I took the brown bead off. Here's the bead that was on it. Took it off. And then I took, to give it some dimension, I took my pokey tool, and I just went into the flowers and put my finger, wrapped it around, and you just curled the leaves, you know, just to give it a little bit of dimension. You can flatten it out more if you want. And then I'm like, I'm gonna put, excuse me, I forgot to get my gems. Hold on, I'm coming back. Don't go away. Don't go away. There we go. There we go. Got him. I got him. Hope you all stayed with me, because I am just kind of like rambling. I don't know why. I'm like, I'm never like nervous, but I don't, you know, I'm good about showing my journals, you know, but this is like, oh my gosh, what if they hate it? I'm my worst critic. But as you can see, like everybody else, I got a bunch of gems. A bunch. I don't think that's a word, but so I just go through that. And I really like these. They're called Borealis. I don't know if you can see the colors in these. They change colors, so I'm going to be putting this here. It's okay if we got the leaves coming out, because that looks kind of cool. And I thought about just taking the stamp pad out. It's an old stamp, but it works. And just maybe maybe I need to do it like this. There we go. Stamp this, and just lightly on the tips, add a little bit of pink, just on the tips, because I like the white, you know. It's just, I think it's just like after, you know, I love Christmas colors, but I'm like ready for something else. You know how we do that? We're like, okay, over that one, on to the next one. I just wanted something more cleaner and clear, so let me get my glue out. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay, so I got my glue. Okay, make sure I'm in. Here's my, I've got these gray. This was from a Making Memories kit I got somewhere. But I love these tweezers. They're big, they're long. I have arthritis in my hands. The little ones are hard for me to squeeze. And this thing is like strong. You know, when I do my sewing machine and you do the bobbin, you got that little piece that comes up. I just get into there, grab it with my tweezers and pull it up. So I think this is calling for one of the bigger ones. And it's not so big that it's gonna hurt, but I always put down, even though it's sticky, I always put down a little glue. I don't trust it. I don't trust it to stay if I don't glue it. Because I don't want anything coming loose in the journal I send to somebody. So I'm just gonna plop that down there in the middle. Now I just use the back of this and push down. And then I like to take, where's my baby wipes? There we go. Baby wipes. Best place to get them is Costco. You can get a whole box for like cheap. Really cheap. So I like to just clean it up a little bit, make sure it's shiny. And then take, oh my gosh. I'm just having issues this morning. There we go. I always have a rag handy. Just wipe it off real good. There we go. And then I'm just gonna plop that right down there. Put lots of glue on here. I love our glitter glue. Put that down there. Plop it down there. Hold it for a second while it grabs. Get that out of my way. Okay. It just needed that little extra. I got a gift card to Michael's. I was so excited. And I actually got that from my ex-husband. He comes over. We're friends. You know, it was an amicable. We've been divorced 20 years, and it was amicable when we parted. And his girlfriend he's been with for 13 years is pretty awesome. She's like treats my kids like gold, and you know, I'm like, you know, life moves on. It's just the way it is. And so we do family stuff together. You know, it's my daughter's dad, and you know, he takes good care of his kids and all that. So I'm kind of getting a little personal there, which I don't always like to do. But you know, it just shows you that what forgiveness can do to people. You know, it can really change the dynamics of a relationship. But anyhow, there we go. What do you think? Isn't that pretty? It just needed that little bit. Now I have that on the inside, but there. Now it's extra. Just add some extra. And like I said, you can alter whatever. So let's see about decorating some pages. I'm ready to start doing something here. And I have it's gonna take up the whole screen. I have my boxes of my laces. And all my stuff comes from pretty much from secondhand stores. But I've got this, pink and white. Okay, I need to get that out. And this is pink and white, so I'm going to get that out. I love this, but it's really more red. I have this pink. I have some laces. The laces that sorry, did I hit the camera? That I used on this. Every page has got a color sewn in it, and it alternates between the pink and the white. So that's going to look really pretty when it's full. I've got white. I've got pink pom-poms, but I don't know if they really fit this journal. I haven't made up my mind on that. Have not made up my mind. And like I said, a lot of this Came from a secondhand store. I bought a bag and it was just all laces. So I have this. It's very pretty. La, la, la. I have tons of the white stuff. I've got one of these. I think I've got more of this somewhere. So I'm just pulling stuff out, you know, just pull stuff. Oh, there it is. I'm talking to myself. I just pull stuff out because, you know, I'm not sure if this pink is the right pink though. I don't know. Maybe you can leave me a comment about if you think that this pink is the wrong kind of pink for this journal. You know, I know you can mix pinks, but you know, my artist's eye doesn't want to. Now this would make good trim on a card, on a journal card or something. And I'm really trying to stick with white and not off-white for the lace. I have more than I thought of. Oh, sorry, didn't mean to make you sick. Okay, I think that's plenty to start with. That's plenty. It's got to be plenty. But that's a lot. And I already have more over here. You know, I have this. I have silver in it. I have this. So, anyhow, as you can see, I got tons. Tons. And I just throw it in the pile over there. Here, the pile. This, I'm not sure about yet. I don't know. What I wanted to do, this, when I get my paper picked out for the cover, I believe I'm going to use her on the cover. This, I think I got it off Pinterest, and I just fussy cut her, and I think she'll look beautiful on the cover by the time I get done, because I'm going to do layers. I like to do layers on my covers, but I just thought she was just so beautiful in her pink outfit. I wish I had a pink coat like that, actually. That's pretty cool. So, but this is one signature, and I've got the other signature. This is going to be 80 pages when I get done. This one I haven't done anything with this signature yet. But this is the cover on this one. But like I said, I haven't decided what's going to be on the cover. I also, now I don't know if I'm going to use any of these, but I also use magazine. Get your stuff wherever you can get it. My sister gets this magazine. It's some sort of Victorian magazine, and when she's done looking at it, she'll give it to me, and I go through and I tear out the pages that I think I might use. But look at these little, I gotta stand up because there's some glare on here. Look at these little pictures. Look at the little pictures here. Those will make perfect faux stamps. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut these out. Maybe not now. Maybe it'll be next Christmas, you know. But I'm going to cut these out, and I'm going to just put these little pictures on a piece of like cardstock and make faux stamps. I'm like, how cool is that? Look at all those. There's tons on here. So I can have fun with that. I love the reindeer. I might cut him out. I love this fox picture. So I'll probably cut that out. I don't think there's anything on the back here. I love this little tree. I really liked this picture here, the tree. And I think this is actually a partridge in a pear tree, because you can see the ladies dancing, the lords leaping, the drummers drumming. So that's what that is. Let me see. Famous Christmas Carol. Okay. And I thought that was cute. No, I like the Santa down here. But I like that one. You know, just, hey, you know, take what you can get. Old magazines. Don't write them off. Don't look at them and go, you know, okay, if you're a journal maker You know, that's what journaling started out, was just all magazines and junk things. Look at this. Look at this picture there. Is that not adorable? Um, then you've got this beautiful lady up here. Okay, I don't think it was any of this. Nice nightgown, but yeah, nice bed. No, that I would love that. So anyhow, there I go. I'm rambling again. Got some cardstock over there. I want to. Okay, so she's gonna go on my cover. So, oop, I've got all my. I haven't got this sewn yet. I probably should. I probably will sew this. I will pick out my cover and then put it all together and then decorate my pages, which is not how I normally do things. Normally I will decorate my pages and then put it in the, you know, sew it in to the material or whatever. But I'm like, I have got to figure out a faster way to do my journals, because doing it the way I do it, one journal takes me, it can take up to 2 weeks. And did y'all watch Gail Augustinelli? If you did not watch her at Christmas this year, she made 18 Christmas journals. 18 Christmas journals. And I'm like, I got 2 done now. Guaranteed they were huge. They were big. They were very detailed, because that's kind of my thing. When I do a journal and I'm going to sell it, I want it to be loaded. I want you guys to be happy. I want to make sure it's, you know, very high quality. Everything's done well. But she does that and made 18 journals. I was like, oh my gosh. I was watching her all Christmas. I love her anyhow. If you don't follow Gail Augustinelli on YouTube, you need to. You need to, because you can go back in her like her playlists, and you can, whatever you want to try, she's got a video for it. And then she goes way back. She was the first person I saw on YouTube making a journal, and I learned how to make a journal by watching her. And then it just grew from there. I developed my own style of things, but I really wanted to try doing it the way she does it. And she picks out her papers, picks out her cover. She does her cover. Now she will do her cover. And then she sews in her journals, and then she goes back with her ephemera and decorates her pages. I'm like, so she has a system that really works for getting a journal made quick. And I'm like, I need to try that. I'm going into a new year. Let's try something new. I can still get the quality. I can still do all that. I can still do everything I want to do. But by making the ephemera first, and having that ready, because she always does her ephemera for what she's going to do. She'll like make ephemera all year long. Now, a lot of them do this. A lot of them do this. Artie Mays does it. Shabby Dabby Doo-Ya. I always want to say Shabby Dabby Doo-Dah. It's hard to spit that out. She does that. Roxy Creations, she does that. So, you know, I'm like, okay, these people know what they're doing, so why aren't I doing that? So I'm going to try and change things up and do my ephemera, have it ready to go. Now, if a page comes up and you still need to make something, that's cool. You can still do that. Gail does it all the time. But like, she'll have just, she makes it all year long and just does the base of the ephemera, and then she can fine tune it to the journal that she's making. And I'm like, dang, girl, you developed a system, and I really want to do that myself so that I can make more beautiful journals, because it's what I love to do. I'm retired and I sit here, so I'm rambling again, aren't I? I can hear you guys going, Carol, squirrel, slow down. It's the coffee, people. It's the coffee. This is how I am. After a while, the coffee will start to wear off. And I'm not so bad. Please tell me I'm not the only one. Please tell me. I need to get comments from my people out there. And maybe this isn't the best best video to ask this, but if you enjoy just hanging out with me and watching me do things, which I haven't really done a whole lot yet, please like and subscribe. I'm trying to grow my channel, and even if you don't always look, just like and subscribe. It really helps me out, and I really appreciate it. And it makes my heart happy every time I see one person come on. I'm like, oh, so, and feel free to comment whether you liked it or didn't like it. Just don't be mean. Don't be mean. I don't believe in meanness. But if you've got a suggestion, I would love to hear it, because that's what helps us learn what people like. So anyhow, so this is the first page on this signature. So like I said, I think I'll just do that and then do these after I sew it in. So I just finished up some of the ribbons, and it's going to be the same like this on the other signature. And white pages. Me and white pages, like totally white, just have not, it's like, oh my gosh, it's so white. I've got to do something. I don't like all white. I can't leave it blank. So I usually put another page in, like say, for instance, this. I found this digi, and I'll trim this down and I'll put it in here. And that way, I've got it, and I can decorate it or just leave it blank to be written on. Or I can stencil on it. I got some really cool stencils. Yeah. Let me reach over here. This is the stencil I used. These are from BB Crafts. I used to do videos from them, but it just got to be too much for me with everything that was going on in my life and with my child. So I had to step back from that. But, there's butterflies here. So I've got all these. Life is a stage, and then arrows and stuff. So like I said, you can go to BB Crafts, and it's BEEBEE, crafts.com, and you can find they have a lot of cool stuff, and there's a lot of people that are still doing like design team stuff for them. But it's too much for me. It's too much. I wanted to do my journals. I like this. I like this tree. So that's I could do that kind of wintry. That looks like a winter tree, right? So I might do that. So, anyhow, let's tackle these white pages. Why don't we do that? And I like to use washi tape. I don't use, this is cardstock. I don't use the washi on the cardstock, but like something like this, because when you get this sewn in, this can tear over time. So I usually will put washi that coordinates down the middle of it just to kind of secure it, because I'm not going to do a journal or send something to anybody that's not good, that's not high quality, that's not sewn in well, that I know is not going to come apart on it. That's how I roll. So, should we do the stencil? Should I put down the page? What should it be? And here's my answer. I can do both. Okay, so I need a pen. And of course I've got my camera stand where I can't get to a pen. I just was not prepared for this. This was really a random thing to do a video. And y'all are gonna go, God, I don't want to watch this crazy woman anymore. But really, I can do videos that are better. Just because I'm in the house alone. Never happens, And like sometimes I'm just, when I'm talking, I'm like Just chatting with my peeps out there. Oh, I found one. Found a pen in my purse. This is my purse, y'all. I got an owl and a dragon. That's the dragon on my symbol. Pink Dragon JJ. That came from my granddaughter. Okay. So this looks more like the bottom. Oh, shedding. Okay. That looks more like the bottom to me. So I think, oh, widthwise it's good. Widthwise it's good. I want to keep that on the bottom. Definitely want to keep that on the bottom. You can't get too far over this way because you want, when your page closes, you want it to close okay. Okay, so let me cut that real quick. I have my caterpillar, which I love because it lights up and I can see exactly where to cut. There we go. Boom. Boom shakalaka boom. Turn the light off so I don't kill the batteries. Okay. Okay. You know what? I'm thinking my ink around the page. Just to make it a little bit. Oh, don't have to do too much here. Just kind of to define it a little bit. And I like this color pink because I have one that's like really bright, but it's just too bright for this. It doesn't really fit with how the look I'm going for. There we go. Okay. And I said this a lot. If anybody's watching me and they're new, when you do to get a straight line, when you put your tip down, look ahead of the tip. Don't look at the tip, and your line will be straight. Because your hand, oops, your hand will follow where your eyes are going. Okay. And you can get around pretty quick. Pretty quick. If you look at the top and do it, of course, you guys may be perfectly fine, but I always get a zigzaggy line if I do that. Okay, so we're going to put that down here. Okay, gotta make sure I've got it straight here. Okay, that's straight enough. Oh, did I not get enough glue in there? That was weird. I must not have had enough glue. And I use art glitter glue. I need to get a new bottle as soon as I get my check. I'm ordering me some. And it's on Amazon. And I always order mine through Gail Augustinelli. She's an Amazon, I don't know what you call it, like a representative. And she's got where you can buy it through her website. And she gets some sort of credit. And you know, I'm about helping everybody else out. If somebody's doing something like that and they say, hey, it's the same cost. The price is the same. So why not help out a friend while I'm doing it instead of just not helping anybody but Amazon? We all love Amazon. And that's why they are the richest people in the world. Yeah, they are. I think I saw the guy that does Amazon is worth $46 billion. They say he will be the first trillionaire. I can't even imagine that kind of money. I mean, I can, but I don't think I can imagine that much. So, you know, and I'm just going to do this tree. I really like this tree. Right in the center. And I use makeup brushes for my stencils. You can get these so cheap on Amazon, and these are very soft, and they clean up real well and they stay soft. That's what I like about them. I've had them forever, and they come in different sizes. I've got a big one, a very thin one, but this is the one like for this kind of thing, and you just tap it in there, and you know, I just hope, sometimes I'll tape it down, but this one I can just kind of hold it in place. And I like that you get different variations of the pink. So I'm cool with that. It doesn't have to all be the same color. It actually, I think, makes it look prettier to do it that way. So here we are. Stenciling away. Stencil, stencil, stencil. Hope everybody's doing something busy. My daughter went out to exchange some stuff and return it. And I got for Christmas, which is something she's having to change the size on it. I got some Vans shoes. I am flat-footed, and I'm not a teeny tiny girl, and I love Vans. They're my favorite shoe in the world. Those and Toms, but Vans for longevity. I have wanted to, and I wore my other ones out, literally wore them out. They had so many holes in them. My daughter told me I had to stop wearing them. And COVID helped with that. And I finally, when I threw them in the trash, I literally cried because they were the most comfortable pair of shoes I've ever had. And I told my daughter, I said, I really need to save up and get a new pair of Vans because they're not cheap. I'm shedding. So she got me a new pair of Vans for Christmas, but they were too big. And I had red. Oh, got a little, I'm gonna have to color this, see if I can color that in. That when you get older, your feet shrink, and mine have shrunk. I'm a different size now. And she goes, Mom, are you really? And I'm like, yeah. Can you not see? Oh, I'll just put something there. So I was just like, okay, so she had also got my, see, watch this. See how this just do like that. Put it on your baby wipe. Scrub it on there real good. Clean as a whistle. And it'll dry in just a minute. How cool is that? I love those things. They're so much easier than, no, I'm kidding. Than the sponges like we used to use. I can't remember who the first person was that started doing that, but thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, because it is so easy to stencil now. I used to never use stencils because they were such a pain, and I always was tearing up the little pieces. But the sponges don't do that because they're so soft, because they're made for makeup. But man, I love them. Okay, so let me slide this back in here. I try to take care of my stuff. Okay, so that looks really pretty. That looks really pretty. Let's see what else we can do. I could put I could put a pocket on here. I could do a little, I could do a tuck. She said. I have this lady here. Maybe it's just so it's not quite, because I'm using the green too. And these, when I put these colors together, I realized, you know, my mom's been gone for a long time. But pink, green, and white were her favorite colors. We had a lot of, my mom was probably, and I didn't know it then when I was young, you know, but she was very much a shabby chic kind of girl. And she loves the pink and the greens and the florals and all that. And, you know, when I was a teenager in the 70s. Yeah. And so to us, it was like Day Glow and Bright and Peter Max. I'm like, you're so old-fashioned, Mom. And now today, I love shabby chic. I love the cottage look. I'm like, man, how things circle around, right? I wonder how many of you have stories like that where it's like, you know what, Mom, you really knew what you were. I kind of like her on here because I like the lace connection, and that'd be a great place for a little tuck. So that's what she's gonna be. She's gonna go on here. You're going on there, ma'am. Pretty little lady. So I'm just gonna do it down the side. And across the bottom. I'm not gonna make it a pocket, I'm just making it a tuck. Okay, I think that'll look real pretty there. Let's bring it up just a little bit so it's not quite on the bottom. And I like to use a rag to push down my glue so that I don't smear the ink and it wipes the excess off at the same time. You know, you can get a littler rag. This is kind of a little bit heavier one I normally use. But it also keeps the ink and the glue off your fingers, because I found for a long time when I was, you know, I would just use my fingers, and then I'd go to another page and I would transfer the colors, and I was like, oh, so I was covering things up with something else because I was messing it up. Okay, so we got that done. It came out really pretty. Wonder if I need something here. I wonder if I need something there. Let me see. Let me see what I got. Let me see what I got. Okay. There's another. I think it's almost like another version of this girl, but it's a different thing. I don't really want to put another woman. Oh, and he cute. See, this was out of a magazine. Doesn't really fit with that, does he? Okay, I don't need Santa Claus. He needs to go into my Christmas stuff. The deer's too big. Angel's pretty, but she's too big. Don't need a girl. Nah. What is this down here? What is this down here? Oh, little. No, it doesn't really. You know, it doesn't need a polar bear. I cut these out. No. What do I want to put there? Also need to find what I want to go in that pocket. I could just do a big one. It's kind of pretty. I could just do a big tag. And that has that pretty pink ribbon on it too, with the lace. Let's see here. Yeah. Looks like she could going up into the gazebo or something. I always make up stories for my pages in my head. I don't know if anybody else does that. I'm sure they do. I'm not the only one that's a little bit. You have to have a certain kind of artist, which is anybody that does any kind of art. Any kind of art. You know, you get scenarios in your head. It's just a thing. My sister is an amazing artist. She does jewelry and she does paintings. Just beautiful. I can draw pretty much okay. I can't paint, and I don't know, I'm left-handed, and I always have to reach across, and it drives me crazy. I can't just do like that. I have to do, I don't know. Maybe it's a left-handed thing. I don't do good with that, but I think that looks really pretty. I like the contrast here. We got the lace here. We got the lace here. I look for, in my head, I'm always grouping things in threes and odd numbers. Isn't it crazy, the stuff that goes through your head? Am I the only one? I can't be the only one that does this. That is like, sees a page and I've seen people just throw stuff down and it comes out magical. Me, I'm a thinker. I like to think out a page. Maybe that's why it takes me so long to get a journal done too. So, and I've got these pretty little cutouts. Well, it's not too bad there. That's kind of cute, actually. I could do one in each corner. Yeah, that's not bad. And I have some scraps here from when I did the... Okay, that's too small. I like these in the corner like that. I'm trying to figure out which way this goes. Which way does it go? I think it goes that way. And I'll put a little ink around there. That looks pretty like that. I like that. And maybe I can just do me a diagonal belly band across here. Yeah? What you think? What you thinking? The lace might be too much. It just might be too much. Might be too much to do the lace. Wish y'all could tell me what you think about that. I don't know. I think it might be too much, and then if I try to go back and do a belly band in this. It'd be too much. It'd be too much. It'd be too much. Wah, wah, wah. Or I could. My brains are going here. My brains are going. I could do something down the side here. Make this a side tuck. This was just a strip I had left over, something I cut off a paper pad. I don't know if I want the whole stencil just disappearing like that. Maybe something that's thinner. Let me look in my papers and see what I got. No. I know I got something I can put. I always have something. When I did my pages, these are all the cutoffs. Oh, no. That might look real pretty. Oh, I like that. I like that. I do. I like that. That's what I'm going to do. It's one thing, another thing Gail taught me, don't overthink it. When you see something, you go, oh, I like that. That's what you should do. And then you start to doubt yourself. Which I can do real easy. I'm my own worst critic. So there, and let me see here. I want it to be just slightly over. Well, it's got to be wide enough to tuck something in. And it would cover that up. So let's do it there. Okay. Okay, it's coming together, it's coming together, it's coming together. Okay. Oh, see, I got more left for later. Yeah, make a cute little backing for something. Wah, wah, wah. Okay, so I got that done. And what I could do, well, I want to ink it. I'm not going to ink the pages around like I normally do. I'm going to ink the ephemera. Okay. And stretch. I could put, I'm looking at my gems here. On the snowflakes. Look at these little tiny ones. Oh, okay. Squirrel. I love me some sparkle. I love me some sparkle. I do love sparkle. Okay. I think the darker should be on the bottom. I think it radiates to the lighter color. Yep. Okay, so let's get our glitter glue down. Glitter glue. Get it down here. Okay, I don't know if y'all can see what I'm doing. Okay. So I'm going to put this here. Okay. There we go. I want to get it real down real good where it went over that thread line. Get it down, get it down, get it down. Get her down. Okay. Close my glue up. Oh, no, I don't want to do that yet because I'm going to use it. Oh, okay. Let's just clean these off real good. Make sure they're not dusty. Got my trusty pinchers. Oh, it's getting a bubble in it. It's getting a bubble. Oh, it's got goobers. We've got goobers, people. I hate glue goobers. Okay. Little tiny one there. Oh, can't get a hold of this little tiny guy. He's tiny. Come on. There we go. Play nice. well, not home alone, my oldest granddaughter. She didn't want to go. She's going to be 13 on Monday. We're entering that world, people. We are entering that world. She didn't want to go with her mom and sister to the store, so I said just leave her with me because she was still sleeping. She was up late night. She is a bookaholic, and she loves to read her books, and she is just happy as a lamb being cozy in her bed reading her books. And that's what she wanted to do today. You know, I said, okay, I'm going to be here. So while Mom and Sissy are out braving the crowds, taking stuff back, God bless them. And my son-in-law went. And my son-in-law's ex-Army Special Forces. He packs. He always has a gun on him. He's got his license. So I know that she is very safe. Because he would take care of business if he had to. But God bless him, he doesn't like crowds because he was in Afghanistan when he was in the Army, and crowds make him very nervous. But he deals with it for her to keep her safe, and I love him, and he's just a good man and takes good care of her. And she's 36. He's a couple years older, I think. But he keeps us safe. Isn't this looking pretty with these on the snowflakes? Oh, it's so pretty. He's so pretty. So sparkly. You know, just the littlest things can just add. Nothing like sparkle to add just that little extra something. Even down here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I always want to make sure it's odd numbers. It's better for the eyes. Okay, so put that up. Okay, I think once I get my journaling cards in this, I'll call this a video. And maybe work on this some more. Maybe do another video. I'm sure I'll do another video or 2 or 3 regarding this. Kind of follow my journey with the journal. Make sure I'll bring this up where you can see the sparkle. Isn't that pretty? Just by adding a few little gems. And let's get some cards in here. So I got cards. I like this little house. I haven't inked this. Ink this one yet. My stomach is growling. I've had coffee, but I've not had my breakfast. I don't really do breakfast. I'm not a breakfast person. I'm more like have breakfast for lunch. I'm supposed to eat because I've got diabetes. But I'm going to be, my plan is to go on the zone diet. I've got several friends doing it, and boy, they're doing great, and they love it, and they are just dropping weight like crazy. Checked with my doctor because I'm a diabetic, and he said that would actually be good for me. And I really like everything that's on it. So should I do it this way? Yeah, I think I should do it this way, but it needs another one, doesn't it? I kind of want them to be close to the same height. What about the tier? Is that too tall? That's a little too big. That's a little too big. That's too big. Oh, that's way too big. Okay, let me see what I can find in here. Oh, there's a one that I've got for she's pretty. Need to put a backing on her. She's pretty. I can hear my cat out there yelling out my window. I don't know, that's a little too wide. That's a little too wide. Now these are too small. I might have to find one for it. Because none of these seem to be... She was too big, wasn't she? Yeah, she was too big. Oh, that'll work. That'll work. I'm just going to leave that white on the back. This is from Tsunami Rose. Okay, if you ever need good ephemera packs for Christmas, Tsunami Rose is the place to go. Daisy Collins, she makes great, and let me tell you, you get a ton in her. They're digital, but you get a ton of stuff from her when, and her prices are just amazing. I love watching her. She's funny, she's hilarious. So if you ever want to check out, and she has her own website, it's tsunami.rose.net. And all I did on this one is I took some pearlescent spray, sprayed it on, and then I took, had a box and took my ink and just like, you know, what would you call that? I don't know what you call that. And it just put the different colors on. But I thought that it came out really cute. Oh, I liked it. So there we go. There we go. So I don't know how long it took me to do those. But I don't know what I'm going to do on this, or if I'm even going to put anything on that. I really like the windows. I like architecture. So I got this page done. Got that on there. Got my tuck. Got my card in. And got a stencil behind here. Even though it's covered, when you take these out, I like it to have something. Got that on there. So there we go. One done. And more to follow. So thanks for watching. Y'all have a great rest of your day.